Hey, what's up you guys? It's Lexi DIY and welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we are going to be putting together and installing a no-dig fence. Now, I actually did this fence back in September. And the reason I haven't been able to get this video up or frankly sit down to edit it is because my dad is actually in this video, and I'm very glad that I have this video of him. But for those of you guys who don't know, he did pass away in late September, so it took me a while to be able to look back at this footage, but again, definitely super glad that I have it. Now, I'm installing this fence because we got a quote for a fence for our backyard, and they quoted us $8,000. And I was like, yeah, that's not it for me, but we needed a fence for the dogs. So I found a no-dig fence on Amazon, and I was like, let's give it a try. So I ordered a few panels at first just to see if I liked it, if it was worth the money, and it was super easy to put together. It's PVC, and those little stakes, they just go directly into the ground to hold it in place. So definitely not a permanent fence solution, but a really great quick solution that is a lot more affordable than having one professionally installed. And they don't go, like, the posts don't go super down into the ground, so you can kind of reconfigure it as you need once you have it in. Now, let's talk about the cost. So, like I said, we did get a quote for, it was over $8,000 to do the exact layout that we ended up doing with this fence. And we ended up spending a total of $1,220. Now, that is like, what, a seventh or an eighth of the price of what we were quoted for literally the exact same thing. So each of the fence panels came with two pieces, so I think they were like 60 inches total for both pieces, so like 30 inches each, and those were $90 for the set of two, and we used 22. And then we bought two of the gates, and those were $115 each, so way more affordable for literally the same thing. And it is working out really well for us so far. So once we had got them all together, it was time to install them. Now, we did have a little bit of trouble the first day, and that was because there were some very hard parts in the ground. And it does say a no-dig fence. However, we did end up needing to dig a hole just in certain places where the ground was not cooperating with us. The smaller piece that you see Dustin trying to get into the ground is actually one side of the gate post. So these other pieces are like the fence panels, if that makes sense. And the fence panels had like a sharper metal like part that goes into the ground, but the gate panel only had like plastic, so they were a little bit harder to get in. But we were struggling with that, and I was like, okay, well, let's just move on and we'll come back to that later. And then I decided that, okay, we're gonna have some tough spots, so I moved up the little spokes that go into the ground just a little. Now, is it going to be as sturdy because I did this? No, but it was a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a chilly day, but we didn't do this in, summer. But anyway, once we got rolling and figured it all out, it was pretty easy. And then you just drill holes and use these little connectors, and it comes with the connectors and the screws. Super simple, really easy to drill through, and they even give you a drill bit, so you don't even have to worry about that, which was great. And the connectors keep it in place really well. And then what we ended up doing is, after we had connected some of them, if we needed to push them down a little bit more once they were connected to the panel next to them, it was actually a little bit easier. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna go back and we are going to adjust every single one of these to make it a lot easier on ourselves. Now, the first day was quite the struggle, and if you watch that Amazon Live, you will see. But fire ants did, in fact, bite my booty. So, hate that for me. Anyway, we couldn't finish the fence on this day because, like I said before, I did not order all of the fence panels initially. I wanted to make sure that they were going to be worth the money, they would look good, they would hold up, and be easy to install before I spent, $1,000 on the rest of the fence. So I ended up liking it, and that's when I just went ahead and ordered more, and then I put them all together, and soon you will see my dad helping us install the fence because they actually came to watch our dogs while we were out of town for a wedding and see our new house. So I'm really happy I have these clips. Is that Gare Bear? It is, Kelly. It is. Oh, is that a tree? That's like a tree stump. Okay, so slight predicament we're in here. As you can see, the followers love Gare Bear, and he was very excited to be helping. But we did run into a predicament. There was, in fact, an old tree stump in the ground, so it helped to dig that part out, especially since it was where we were going to put another gate so that we could walk down to the lake. And like we said before, the plastic little things on the bottom were not as easy to get in as the metal ones. Also, yes, my dad was in fact pointing out the slightly eccentric neighbor that lives behind us, so that was quite funny. But it was really helpful to have 3 sets of hands while we were doing this project, so things definitely went a lot quicker when my dad was there, and then also we did know what we were doing at this point, so that was great. And I kind of had him hold different panels together while I put the connectors in, which was a huge help. And we were taking live questions on Amazon while doing this, so you'll hear my dad's answers. If you guys have any questions for my dad about how I was as a child,
how to raise an icon
and a legend, I guess, ask away. Spider, are you on this? Get away, Spider. Right where I need to go. Oh my gosh, Dad's a savage.
He said, Gare Bear, give us all the deets.
How was I as a child?
Quiet up to about 2.5 years old.
Can you guys believe that?
And then...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And then
what?
we couldn't get her to stop talking.
Well, you guys heard it here first.
And there she is now.
Kelly said, did you show Gare Bear the happy birthday screen recordings?
I did, yeah.
It was excellent.
Yeah, Kelly was one of the people that was in there, for
Yep,
sure.
yep.
She actually sent you balloons even during the video.
She's the one that sent you balloons.
That's the one I think Mom... Did Mom get it first, or...?
Yeah, we had to send it to her phone.
That's right, yeah.
iPhone.
He's an Android user, so...
Yeah.
Hey.
Tell them your actual full saying.
Don't hate the Gare Bear.
Don't hate the what? So.
The player, don't hate the Gare Bear. The Gare Bear.
Patent it? You mean trademark?
Trademark patent it.
Trademark patent it, guys.
We're doing it all old school.
Dad. All right. You're doing great. Did we attach the gate, or what should we do?
You tell me.
I wish I knew.
It's your world, I'm just living in it.
Period. That's what both you and my dad say. Because, I mean...
See, that's definitely
That was super sweet. Anyway, we had my dad hold up the actual gate panel itself while we got in the things that hold it up on the other side, and we did again just go ahead and actually dig a hole for these because the plastic ones on the gate panels were just a lot more difficult to get in, and so having like a third pair of hands for the gates especially was super helpful. And then we kept hitting like stuff in the ground, I think probably roots and stuff, because there are so many trees back here. So just be mindful of that, guys. You don't want to dig too deep, which is why we didn't install a permanent fence, because I don't want to hit any like pipes or electrical or anything like that. Also, since the ground was uneven, that part did snap the connectors, but we'll get to that later. Mom, earlier they asked Dad what it was like to raise a legend and an icon.
They didn't say quite those words.
They didn't. I said that.
I said that as well. Do you have any words of
Yeah, you have
wisdom?
any remarks for the people?
It's amazing.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Dad said, Mom, he said she didn't talk till she was 2.5, and then I couldn't get her to shut up. That's what Dad said.
Em said, Barbara, so sweet. Gary Bear, so sassy.
Keeping it real.
Wow. Okay, Dad, I see you.
Em said, Barbara, so sweet. Gare Bear, so sassy. Then Lex is a mix.
I'm going to hit this side down just a little bit so I can get attach these.
Not much, though.
Yeah, just
Why you say it like
a
that?
smidgen of a pigeon. He's like,
It's
you're
already
strong.
bendy.
Yeah, they do.
So wait, which one?
We're trying to get it down to
This one.
This one.
You only got about a 16th of an inch to it.
Oh, a
Right.
16th of an inch,
Like
guys.
16th or no?
No.
Keep going. Keep going one more. One more.
Yeah. That's good.
Is that about a 16th or a little over? Or?
Little smidgen.
Oh, so now you're taking my smidgen of a pigeon.
Smidgen of a pigeon. Okay.
We were goofing on my dad a little bit there, but just so you guys know, we actually kind of all like goof on each other basically all of the time, so don't worry, he wasn't offended. We all find it super funny. But yeah, and then Dustin did this, which was amazing.
Tricks, baby.
What an absolute stud. Anyway, once we got to this part of the yard, it was a lot easier because everything was super level. So we were definitely able to get things done much more quickly when it got to this part.
Carla said, do you think you'll have enough panels this time to finish?
I really hope so. But if we don't, we'll be making a sharp curve to the deck. So that, yeah, so that they are able to come out
You know
today.
what you should do is a total measurement of what we have left.
Nah,
Lex is not really a planner.
I'm
More
a
of a
wing it
wing
kind
it.
of gal.
Yeah?
My dad said, yeah.
Yeah. She wings it.
I go, like, right over here. Wait, can you do that into the camera? Yeah, just go like this. Go ahead.
True Gare Bear motion. They only saw the end of it. Here, a little more. There we go.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the movement.
I'll just stay over here.
Yeah. Love ya. What'd you say?
Love you too.
That's good. You guys, he felt so bad for being in front of the cameras, but we were like totally just messing with him. But I mean, look at those moves. They're iconic, honestly. And that video I'm going to cherish for the rest of my entire life. So love that. Anyway, yeah, so we're getting to this part, and Gare Bear did have to go put on some pants because he had on shorts, and the mosquitoes were out, and they were not playing, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this part, super, super simple. It's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Easy. Very accurate.
Gare Bear, do you think you're sassy?
Yeah. I have my times.
We were calling my dad sassy because at this point he was starting to question if I had ordered enough fence panels, and I had of course measured before, but it was just so funny because he was like wanting to measure out so bad just to make sure we had enough.
If y'all could see him right now, he's on the other side just looking at it like, oh
Emoji.
man.
At this point, it was time to make a bet to see who was going to be right about if we had enough panels or not.
say what it would be.
What?
Wow.
Like, I think loser has to take a shot.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that anymore. Of juice.
Of juice, yeah.
Does Gare Bear accept these terms?
Do you accept the terms of my...
That's fine.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. We getting juice up in here.
just to let everybody know, my dad did in fact lose this bet because of course I I measured out to make sure I ordered enough panels before I did my second order. But he was a real champ about it and really was like my biggest supporter, which you will see here in a second.
Gary Bear is a hot mess homie though.
He is. He does have his Rick the Brick shirt and his Lexi DIY shirt with him. He's also right now under his sweatshirt wearing a Penelope shirt.
Oh yeah, they've never seen the Penelope
No.
shirt.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Am I in the picture?
Am I in the picture?
There you go. See?
It's Penelope on a shirt.
There's her ear. So it was a picture taken of while she was at the vet. Said, "Get it, Gary Bear."
Yes.
They love you. They love you. You're an icon.
They do love you, Dad. Legend.
I'm a legend
Okay.
in my own mind.
You're a legend in all our minds.
Yeah, I would
Let's see what
agree.
it looks like. Ready? Here you go. Let's just see. Ooh.
He said,
Ooh,
"Ooh."
it's more. It's about a third of
Oh, yikes.
it. Well, wait a second. Hold on. I gotta put it this way.
Is it like right there?
No.
I mean, it looks like you need like a half a panel.
An absolute legend, ladies and gentlemen. But as you can see, we did run into a little bit of a predicament here because we couldn't, like cut the panels in half or anything like that. So we kind of had to work with what we got. Now, I should have probably done a little bit more measuring as far as the placement of the panels before we started because I could have just gone a little bit more out where the gate was, like towards the lake, and we probably would have had this line up pretty easily. But we figured it out eventually and we just kind of did that last panel a little like crooked towards the chain link fence that fences in the other side of the yard, which we don't use because there's like a bunch of poison ivy there. And we did end up just zip tying that portion over there, but I didn't show that. Now we had to go back and put the last piece in, and you guys, I'm going to show it to you right now, and it turned out really good.